Okay, recording has started. Hello, everybody. Welcome to my regulars. Welcome to my new people. How exciting. Just a quick few important pieces of information is one, make sure you've got a nice clear space to exercise in, nothing to step on or trip over. Today, if you'd like, I'll be showing some exercises with a weight. You can use as an alternative a soup can, a water bottle, whatever you want to use as weight, that works great. And then if you've got some sort of stretchy band, that will also be helpful. If you don't, that's okay too. I'll show you how to do exercises without that piece of equipment. Remember, any noise on your end, we can all hear. So if there is any noise on your end, please put yourself on mute. And then unmute when you want to ask a question or when we're in some group discussion, that would be wonderful. And always a good idea to have a water bottle close by, an inhaler if you ever use one. And with that, let's get started. Okay, getting into our breathing pattern. We're going to breathe in and making sure we're exhaling through pursed lips, like you have a row of candles in front of you and you're trying to blow them all out. So breathing in and out through pursed lips. Good. Breathing in, out through pursed lips. Keep going. Breathe in and out through pursed lips. And remember, pursed lips should be more of a what I call a kiss face rather than thin lips. We're going. It shouldn't feel exerting or straining to breathe out. That's how you know you have the right mouth shape. And the mouth shape is important on that pursed lip exhale. So breathe in and out. Good. You want that air to get out in front of you. Now maintain your breathing pattern. And now we're just going to take our arms. We're going to reach across our body as if we're going to pat ourselves on the back, one arm after the other. So we're still breathing in and out through pursed lips. Excellent. So maintain that breathing pattern. I didn't even talk about the inhale today. On that inhale, you want to do your best to let your rib cage come out to the sides rather than chest lifting up. You want the rib cage come out to the side. And then breathing out. So put a little bit of focus on that as well. It is tough to do, but it is important that we do it.
Does it make a big difference if you breathe in through your nose or in through your mouth?
It does. Breathing in through your nose is better for you, but some people are limited by that. So if you cannot breathe in through your nose for whatever reason, then it is best to not force it. Breathe in through your mouth. But if you're able to do either or, breathing in through your nose is better. You get better control of air. It actually helps. It does help with breathlessness because you don't get into that mouth breathing pant. And there's a lot of other kind of fringe health benefits with trying to breathe through your nose rather than breathing in through your mouth. And the more you practice it, the better you are at it.
I find it uncomfortable, the cold air going into my nose. I can do it, but it's just not as comfortable.
Open up the arms. Gotcha. Yeah, that's interesting because breathing in through your nose actually helps warm the air before it gets into your lungs. But that's interesting that you're finding that your nasal passages or your sinus cavity is a little bit sensitive to that air coming in. It could be that you're not used to it. Yeah, that's interesting.
Been on oxygen since 2000. So I've been breathing through my nose, or trying to breathe through my nose for since 2001 when I learned it. So, but I don't know why, I just can't. It's just the cold air is weird, but that's just me. I can do it.
Gotcha. If you're needing to rely more on oxygen, you're kind of forced to breathe in through your nose. That's where the benefit comes from. Excellent. All right, gang. Just swing out your arms. Just have them swinging casually, one at the other. And then we're going to lift up a foot and point our toes away from us. You should feel a little bit of a stretch down the front of your shin, and then bring it back. So your arms are swinging as you point one foot forward. And again, the movement isn't coordinated. Your arms are swinging at a different pace than your foot is touching. That is the challenging part here. So just trying to maintain that casual swinging of your arms while one foot pops forward at a time. Excellent, everybody. Good. Make sure we're doing our best to maintain our breathing pattern. All right, now we're going to touch our heel forward. I want you pointing your toes straight up as you touch that heel in front of you. And both arms are just going to swing behind you while you touch that heel forward. So swing behind, touch the heel, swing behind, touch the heel. Excellent. Now, a good reminder for everybody is that this is your exercise class, meaning you are responsible for going at your own pace. Our motto here is make it challenging, but doable. Okay. Got to make sure you're putting the work in, but you also got to make sure you're resting when you need to. So some signs that you need to rest are not being able to take in a full breath, feeling shaky or dizzy or lightheaded, okay? Or feeling like you're gasping for air, which is different than panting or breathing heavily. That gasp is, again, can't catch that full breath. There we go. So keep breathing out through pursed lips. And we're now going to push our arms forward and then pull the elbows back. Should feel a little bit of a stretch across the chest. Forward and back, forward and back. And what we're going to do with the legs is tap across just a little ways. So push forward and cross, push forward and cross, push forward and cross. There we go. Good. Maintaining that breathing pattern as we go. Excellent job, everybody. We should be feeling like we're getting warmer. Anyone else getting have the weather at the high 20s? Getting warm out there in the Okanagan.
Yeah, Vernon does.
Yeah, so it'll be more important to manage your hydration. If you find you're getting sweating a lot, you might need to look at getting a little bit of electrolytes back into you. All right, now we're sweeping our arm across and reaching our leg out to the side. So sweep across and touch, across and touch, cross and touch. Good. Good. Reach across and touch, across and touch. Maintain your breathing pattern. Excellent job, everybody. Are we feeling warm?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Guys are doing wonderful. Okay, just a couple more here. And rest there. Okay, now we're going to slow it down a little bit and we're going to work on a little bit of mobility. And mobility is similar to stretching, but it's just being able to move your joint in a certain range of motion. Okay, where a stretch is a static hold, this requires some strength as well as a stretch ability to be able to get to. So an example is we're going to pull our knee up, but turn it outwards to bring our foot up as high as you can, challenging but doable. And it's as if you're going to put on some socks. Okay, so reach up, try to keep your upper body up tall. And we're reaching up, 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 and down. Up, 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 and down. Good. You can do this even if you're standing. Purpose is we're building up that ability to still be able to put on our socks without bending forward. Pull that leg up. Good. If you want to make it extra challenging, you can take your shoe off and then put your shoe back on.
You gotta be kidding.
It would be a good addition to the exercise, but you do not have to try it now. That's the problem with my jokes, is there's usually a bit of truth to them. They're not an entire joke. Because if you can take your shoe off and put it back on from this position, you're doing great. I would have needed to untie my shoe for that to happen. Good. Okay, now taking your hands, you're going to reach behind you, and your other hand, so one hand goes up and behind, the other hand goes down and in behind, and just see if you can touch your fingertips together. Don't strain yourself. Just go, again, challenging but doable. Bring it back and then switch sides. And again, you might not be able to go very far. That's okay. Go to your challenging but doable point, then come back and try it again on the other side. Good. It is helpful to breathe in and then breathe out as you go to reach. Good, reach. Good, one more. Actually, I started on this side. Nope, I didn't. That's it. Good, now roll your shoulders back. Good, now I want you to take a mental note of how far you got. If you're only able to reach kind of just behind your back without any reaching up, okay, that's your starting point. You're going to practice this because our goal is to get some improvement in that movement, okay? We've got this. Now what I would like you to do is, again, take your hands and you're going to reach them and you're going to try without any movement through your head. Keep your head absolutely still. Can you reach your hands up and touch them behind your head? Again, without touching your head, without allowing your head to be pushed forward at all. And then can you get them underneath your legs? Okay, so reach behind you. Can you touch behind your head without any movement through your head? And then can you lean forward and touch underneath? Now, anytime we go forward, what you're going to be very conscientious of, especially if you have osteoporosis in your spine, is not to go very far and keep your chest up so that your back doesn't round. Okay, so touch behind your head, touch underneath the legs without rounding your back. touch behind, touch forward, touch behind, touch forward. Good. Touch behind, touch forward, touch behind, touch forward. You should be maintaining your breathing pattern through all of these movements. Good. Last one here. Brilliant. Brilliant, everybody. Now you can rest there. And your next movement, actually now we're going to use our weight. If you're choosing not to use a weight today, you can just bring your hands together. That's fine. But if you are using a weight, we're just going to put it between both hands. And we're going to get into 10 sit to stands. And this is how I would like you to try them today. So if you are standing up and down, you've got the weight, you're going to glue it to one hip. Now, what's super key about this movement is that there's no twisting at your lower back. So I don't want to see this. I want to see hips stay facing forward. You can think your belly button doesn't move, just your shoulders do. Now glue it to that hip, and then we're just standing up and then down. So we're doing 10 on one hip before we switch it over. Okay, you are welcome to start. Those of you that are staying seated, I would like the original movement to be the same. So you bring the weight over to the hip. And again, now we're just leaning forward slightly, pressing our feet down as if we're about to get ourselves up out of the seat, and then relax. Okay. And remember, you're going to push down, you're going to hold 2, 3, and then you relax. Okay, so glue it to the side, push down and hold 2, 3, and then relax. Otherwise, we're standing up. Make sure we're tightening through our core, our bellies. Like someone's about to slap you in the belly or try to push you to the side a little bit. You brace yourself. So we stand up and back down. Okay, so 5 on one side, and then we're going to switch. And we stand up.
5 or 10? You said 10 first.
So it's 10 total, 5 per side.
I did 10.
You did 10 per side? Wonderful. That's
Me
what I call
too.
bonus exercises. So you did 20 sit to stands. Good work. Good. And again, it's important that your exercises are challenging but doable. So some of you will need to do 20 in order for it to be challenging for you. Good. Okay, I'm going to ask you, it looks like we've all finished up or just about. And I've had this realization a couple times where we might not all understand what it means to brace our core. And some of you might used to thinking that you need to suck in your belly, and it's actually almost the opposite. So what I'm going to ask you to do really quick, just put the weight to the side. And if you are comfortable standing up and you are close to a wall, this is all I want you to do. You're going to put your shoulder against the wall. Notice my foot is a little bit away from the wall. And I want you to just try to push the wall over, even if you go gently. And I want you focusing on what happens at your abdomen. That's your core. The core is the tube around your spine. If you're staying seated, then what I want you to do is just to gently press your back into the backrest and see what happens around your abdomen in order to do that. So everybody think about staying tall. Don't bend in order to push. Keep up tall to push. And what happens around your abdomen? What happens at your core? And again, it doesn't need to be a big sensation, but what have you noticed?
Titans.
Yeah, it tightens, doesn't it? But it doesn't tighten by sucking in. It kind of pushes out a little bit, doesn't it? Well, that tightening is what we call bracing. And so whenever I ask you to think about your core engaging or tightening your core, that's the sensation I want you to focus on. So for all of you now, I want you to do just one more sit to stand, but I want you completely focused on tightening your core. That same sensation you had against the wall or chair, now you have to activate it yourself. So do one sit to stand where this is tight. And if it helps, put your hands on your waist. Put your hands on your belly, feel the tightening up to stand. And it's still tight to sit back down. Did everyone feel it? I'm seeing some head nods. If anyone has any questions on that, please feel free to ask.
Hey, Jill, it's Naomi.
Hello.
Hi. I think last time we talked about this, you gave us a really great tip, which was doing the ha 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 and how that sort of just tightens enough. So is there a difference between these two? Because they feel pretty similar.
They are very similar. They're very similar. I would say the one we just practiced is an advanced or more progressed way of doing it, because now we're associating that bracing with a weighted movement. So you're absolutely right. If you didn't quite feel it in the push, putting your hands on your belly and kind of laughing, ha, 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 you feel that same tightening. What I have found though is when we get too used to just the ha-ha, it's hard to brace and breathe at the same time. But that helps get your brain going, oh, that is a muscle. Oh, I can work that. So thank you for that reminder. If you found you didn't quite feel it on the wall and you weren't understanding, put your hands on your stomach and just give a fake laugh or a real laugh. I'm good to laugh at sometimes. Okay, and that same tightening, haha, that's what we're looking for in all of our movements today. Brilliant. Okay, so grab your weight again. And we're gonna do some funky stuff today. You might be happy about it, you might not. So we usually do a stretch where we put our leg behind ourselves, whether you put it underneath your chair or if you turn sideways in your chair and get your leg back, whatever works best for you. I just want you to get into this position. So one leg's forward, one leg's back. Now, if you have your right leg back, your right hand is going to hold the weight. Okay, and I want you to feel a little bit of a stretch here. But we're not just passively feeling that stretch. I want you pushing through your front foot and your back foot. And we're going to press our weight up and down, 2, 3. Up, 2, 3. 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 Down, 2, 3, and rest. So now we're going to bring that leg back in. Your other leg is going to go back. We're going to turn to your other side, your seat. Good. So again, we're pushing through our back toes. So my heel is lifted off the ground and your front foot. Hand is holding the weight and we are pressing it up, 2, 3. Down, 2, 3. Up, 2, 3. Down, 2, 3. Up, 2, 3. Down, 2, 3. Up, 2, 3, down, 2, 3, and up, 2, 3, down, 2, 3, and rest. Brilliant. Brilliant work, everybody. So now we're facing back forward. Now I'm going to ask you to have the weight in both hands again. And what the goal is we're going to, don't let go of the weight, but we're going to pretend to dump the weight over one shoulder and bring it back. Dump the weight over one shoulder and bring it back. Now, what you have to be cautious of is the outside arm might feel a bit pinchy. And so if you just keep your elbow tucked in, it's going to help. Or nope, that's the opposite. You want to pull that elbow back a little ways, and that'll help open up the shoulder. It's your inside arm you want to tuck in the elbow. So let it dump the weight over your shoulder. And again, that outside arm, let it come outward slightly, and then bring it back. So dump the weight, bring it back. Dump the weight, bring it back. It's helpful to breathe out and breathe in. Breathe out and breathe in. Now your upper back is allowed to rotate a little bit. I just don't want any rotation at the lower back, just that upper back. Think belly button stays forward. Shoulders and chest are allowed to move. Good. Breathe out. As you throw the weight over one shoulder, bring it back. Throw it, bring it back, and one last time. Throw and back. Good. Now you might need to roll your shoulders back a couple times. Feel that loosen off. Excellent. All right. One more, and then we're going to repeat all 4 exercises. And this time you're going to put your weight down, unless you don't have a resistance band that can keep the weight, and you need your stretchy band. You can do this without a stretchy band, but what's going to happen, I've just doubled mine up because it's too long. What else you can do is wrap the band around your hands, and that's also going to help you not have to grip it as tightly. Actually, I'm going to do this rather than double it. Okay, so we're holding it out in front of us. One arm stays still. The other arm is going to pull open and then come back. Pull open and then come back. I would like you to keep your palm down towards the ground or thumbs turned towards each other rather than thumb coming up or thumb going down. Okay, so palm faces the ground, then come back. Good. See how far out you can pull it again. You shouldn't feel like you're straining. If you feel like you're straining, that might mean the band is too heavy. You might need some more slack. And what you can also do is as you pull open, let the unmoving arm actually follow a little ways, because this, don't let it come too far. Keep the tension on it. But that can be a way of getting more range without exceeding your abilities, okay, of the band if the band's too heavy. So pull back and forward. Pull it back and forward. Good. Once more on each side. I think I started with my right hand. There we go. So we're going to do one last one. And now we will rest. Good. Make sure you grab a sip of water. You might need to shake out your arms, shake out your legs. How's everybody doing so far? I see a couple thumbs up, which is great. Is there any thumbs down? No, I don't see any thumb down, so that's good. All right, do you remember what the first exercise we did with a weight was? It was sit to stands. Good. And now I feel like those of you who did 20 are maybe reconsidering, but I'm going to tell you, try to get to 20 if that's what you did on the first set. Otherwise, we're doing 10 total, 5 per side. Grabbing that weight, we're holding it to one hip, and then we're just standing up. So standing up, press through your feet, and then back down. That's 1. Press through your feet. Good. Back down. Remember, if you're staying seated, you just push your feet into the ground rather than get your bum out of the seat. Good. Try to sit down with control. Excellent. And it is helpful to breathe out as you get up out of that chair. Okay, so we're going to switch sides and standing up. Good. Down and up. Down and up. Down with control and up. Down with control and up. And down with control, rest. Excellent. Do you remember the second exercise with the weight? Yeah, dumping it over the shoulder. And again, don't let go. Keep a hold of that weight. Okay, we got it in both hands. Dump it over one shoulder and bring it back down. Now, for anyone that has a sore shoulder, I'm super happy for you to just bring it to the shoulder rather than over top, right? Don't push into pain. Do what is challenging yet doable. And pain is not doable. Good. Remember, it's helpful to breathe out as you move that weight. Good work, everybody. Good. Breathing out as you throw it over your shoulder. Breathing in as you bring it back down. Excellent. We're going to do once more per side. 1 and 2. Perfect. Now we're going to get into that stretch position. And that actually may have been the original second exercise, or it was the third. Doesn't matter. We're getting through all of them anyway. So get into that stretch position. So one leg is back. Remember, you are pushing your feet down into the ground. Your back heel should be lifted up though. All right, and then we are lifting the weight up. 2, 3, down, 2, 3. Up, 2, 3, down, 2, 3. Up, 2, 3, down, 2, 3, up, 2, 3, down, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, down, 2, 3, and switch sides. Keep switching sides. Other leg is behind you. Ready and press. 2, 3, down, 2, 3, up, 2, 3, down, 2, 3, up, 2, 3, down, 2, 3, up, 2, 3, down, 2, 3, and up, 2, 3, down, 2, 3, and rest. Good work, everybody. And there's our fourth exercise, which is either just your arms or using a resistance band, a stretchy band, as I like to call it. All right, and one arm is pulling the band out to the side and bringing it back in. Other arm, pull out to the side and bring it back in. Pull out to the side and back in. Out to the side and back in. Out to the side and back in. Very good. Out to the side and back in. Remember, you start feeling it in your neck. You can always just lower the band down. That will help. And you shouldn't feel like you're straining. Feel free to allow the other hand to follow as long as there maintains tension on the band. So the arm would pull to tension and then your other arm would just follow so you can get more range without more resistance on it. And once more per side, pull out, back in, last one out, back in, and rest. Whoo! Might need to roll the shoulders back after that one. Okay, gang, very, very well done. How's everybody feeling? Good, so still thumbs up, I like it. All right, so you can grab a sip of water. That's going to be important to refuel you for the next section, which is going to be cardio. Good. So while you are having a little bit of a rest, our next bit of cardio is going to be what we call steady state. So being able to keep moving for a period of time. It's that endurance. And the goal is just to keep moving. Don't worry about your intensity unless you're already, once you know you can move for that length of time, then you can start increasing the intensity. But today's goal is 3 minutes. So just 3 minutes, trying to keep moving however you can. Maybe you are going to march for 3 minutes. Maybe you are going to lift one heel at a time for a couple, and then you're going to rest your feet and just swing your arms a couple of times. And maybe you're going to go back and forth. Okay, but you have to find a movement that is challenging to maintain for 3 minutes. And again, you can change up that movement, but you are able to keep moving. Maybe you do just figure eights with your arms. Okay, find something that you can do that doesn't just feel easy, but it does feel doable. Is everyone ready? No way. All right, gang, timer starts in 3, 2, and 1. We've got 3 minutes. So what's going to be super key here is your breathing pattern, making sure you are breathing out through pursed lips as we go, doing your best to inhale through expanding out your ribs out to the side. Okay, it's different, that deeper breath while moving, just doing a belly breath. Belly breath is for relaxing. So it's actually quite hard to maintain while you're moving, but that's why I encourage you to get your rib cage out to the side. I know it's hard to move and talk at the same time, but you should not be moving at an intensity where you cannot talk at all. So now is actually a really great time to ask any questions that you might have. And of course, I will open that up for the end stretching as well. We are 1 minute in. 2 to go. Great job, gang. So whatever movement you can do, goal is just to maintain it for that 3 minutes. Do the best you can. Make sure you remind yourself how awesome you are. You got here today. You're almost through exercise class. You're doing amazing. What a way to look after yourself and your health. By being forced to move nonstop. There we go. And that's minute number 2. So you got 1 more to go. Maybe I'll mix it up a little bit just to show that we can. There we go. So whatever that movement looks like. Good. Keep breathing out through pursed lips. I'm seeing some changes of position. So people alternating sitting and standing. That's awesome, right? You're doing whatever you can to keep it challenging but doable. The goal is just to not stop moving. Even if it's just making arm circles, even if it's just lifting and lowering the heels. Learning to pace yourself is a skill, and we're going to learn it together. Okay, last few seconds here. You're all doing wonderful. You're almost there. 3, 2, and 1. Great job, gang. I realize I haven't even gone over your recovery position. Now might be a good time for it. So either hands or forearms on your thighs, keeping your chest up. So you can just open up your airways and really focus on your recovery breathing. Excellent. I hope none of you can hear the puppy in the background. Not too pleased with being locked up today. Excellent, excellent job, everybody. So while we are catching our breath and having a sip of water, I'm just going to show you what we're going to do next because we've got a couple minutes before it's time to stretch. So grabbing our resistance band, and again, I'll show you what to do if you do not have a stretchy band. Okay, but with the stretchy band, you're going to hold it across your body, so it's straight down. This arm holds it across at the shoulder, and your other hand is going to pull straight down. So we're working our triceps. Now, if you do not have a stretchy band, what you can try instead is holding the weight with your elbow up. And you don't have to do a full movement. If you can keep your elbow up, you just straighten it halfway and back down. Or if that movement is not good for your shoulder, you're going to just hold your elbow up and you're going to straighten your arm in behind you and bring it back. So notice I'm not swinging through my shoulder. That's not good. It's just straightening the elbow. So my shoulder stays still. You just straighten the elbow. Okay. Choose what is best for you. We're starting in 3, 2, 1. Actually, I'm going to adjust this and go. So pull that arm straight down. Good. Maintain your breathing pattern. So this is something you're trying to rush. You're going in a controlled movement. You can even breathe out as you pull the band down. Great job, everybody. Going for just a couple more seconds here. That's where the fun comes in. How's that arm feeling? I want it feeling tired.
Yes, it is.
Perfect. Then we've succeeded. And we can switch sides. So we're doing 45 seconds per arm and pulling down. Excellent. Pull that arm straight down. No movement at the shoulder. Excellent. Keep breathing out through pursed lips. Well done, team. 10 more seconds. Is that arm getting tired?
About, yeah.
That's where the fun is. And rest. Okay, now you can put the stretchy band down. Now we're going to focus on those quads. That's the top of the leg. So we're going to stretch out one leg. And the goal here is just to contract the muscle. So tighten the muscle, squeeze the muscle, whatever helps you best understand it. But we're going to either squeeze, hold, and then relax, or you're going to squeeze, hold, lift, down, relax. And again, as you lift that big quad muscle, it's tight the whole time. So, and if you need to just practice it, just put your hand on your thigh, squeeze and relax, squeeze and relax. Make sure you can feel that muscle tighten up. Okay, so squeeze, lift, down, squeeze, lift, down. Excellent. Good work, everybody. Maintain your breathing pattern. And we're doing 3, 2, 1. Switch legs. Okay, and we're tightening it. And you can tighten and lift, and then down, relax. Tighten and lift, down, relax. Good. Good work, everybody. Can everyone feel that thigh muscle, those quads working? Good. See a couple thumbs up. That's brilliant. Okay, you can always place your hand there. You'll feel the muscle tighten up. Good. And last one. Good. Rest there. You might need to shake out the legs a little bit. Excellent job, everybody. I'm just going to ask you to raise up your elbow, gently press it back. And we're going to hold. And we're going to get into our breathing pattern. Excellent. All right, you're going to switch arms, and I'm just going to make sure nothing is wrong with the puppy, because that's quite the ruckus. Okay, so other arm is pulled up. You never know with puppies, even as they get older. All right, and we're lowering that arm. Now we're going to stretch one hand up, stretch the other straight down. Maintain your breathing pattern. And slowly switch arms.
He knows the routine, which arm is up and which arm is down.
Yeah,
What's that?
He knows the routine,
Oh.
which
That's right.
the other side.
That's right. That's funny. He's not super cuddly. He prefers to just work, work, work. So it's funny that he was looking for some attention. Rest there. Now we're going to stretch a leg out and reach towards your toes. Remember to keep your chest up. And remember, gang, stretch time is the perfect time to ask any questions. So please ask away. Leave it. Good. And switching legs. Good work, everybody. Any questions from today, gang? Or outside of today? Anything at all?
it was all good.
Oh, good.
I
I'm
love them.
glad to hear it. You liked that sequence? Yeah, good. That's wonderful. All right,
Yeah, it was
gang.
really good. Thank you.
Oh, you are so welcome. Glad you could join us today.
Thanks.
Let's come up out of that stretch. We're going to get a leg behind us, just like we did for that exercise. But this time we're just gently tucking our hips, kind of pressing them forward so we get a bit of a deeper stretch there. Still focusing on that breathing pattern to get it back under control. And relaxing there, switching sides, getting into that stretch. Remember to be breathing out through pursed lips. Good, and slowly come out of that stretch. Let's just put your fingertips linked, and we're going to gently just press our hands away from us, so rounding the shoulders. And then we're going to gently pull our shoulders back. So squeeze your shoulder blades together, then unsqueeze and pull them forward. Does that make sense to everybody? Gently pull them back, squeeze your shoulder blades together, and then unsqueeze and push them away from you. Pull, squeeze them together, and push them away. And shake it out. All right, you can keep a hand on your belly. You're welcome to pull your hands out to the side as you breathe in or up overhead. But we're going to aim for a 3-second inhale, 4-second exhale today. If that is too long, then you're going to do a shorter time frame. And if you need longer, then please do longer. Ready? Breathing in, 2, 3, out, 2, 3, 4. 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 Last one. In, 2, 3, out, 2, 3, 4. Shake out your arms. All right, gang. Awesome work today. It was so lovely to have you. Those of you that this was your first class, well done. I really hope to see you back. Okay, and my regulars, excellent job as always. Happy Thursday, everybody.
Yes.
Thank